safe place. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday night. Um, Today I want to talk about what we talked about in my meeting. About we actually read a chapter in the big book called Wives. And basically in this chapter, the wives of the alcoholics speak on their outlook of what they're going through with their husbands being alcoholics, their point of view. And it's a lot of things that you can use from this chapter to help yourself if you're trying to help somebody out to turn away from drinking, and to help them as well. One of the things that really stuck out to me in that chapter was when it did tell the wives not to basically try to force your husband to not drink. That can apply to everybody. The biggest thing that people that don't have the issue with alcoholism, they don't quite understand that if you nag or yell or belittle that person, it's only going to push them to want to drink even more. And if you can't handle that, and if you don't want to deal with that, by all means, you have every right to not deal with it. That's another topic that's another subject of that was in the book, or another topic in that chapter that I'm going to touch on too. But if you feel like you can't stick around to help that person out, you have all rights to leave. But if you want to and you're willing to go through that just to see them get better, don't make them feel even worse. It's already hard to admit that you're an alcoholic. It's also hard to say the words that I have a problem. It's not easy saying those words. It takes people a long time to admit that and want to seek help. The best way you can do is try to understand. Talk to them. Suggest in a loving way, hey, I think you should, go ahead and check out a certain class dealing with this. You never know, Mike can help you. And yes, you may get a little negative feedback saying that they are not an alcoholic. But over time, they'll start to think about it. And it'll sink in and say, well, maybe I do have a problem. And they'll get curious. And they'll go and they'll see, what AA has to offer for them. But for those that are alcoholics, it does not mean that you can just be nasty towards those people that are helping you either. You got to want to get the help. These people that we have in our lives that care about us so much, we push them away because we're not ready to admit that we have a problem. And it's sad that a lot of people do that, and then it takes years for them to make amends with these people. And then sometimes they never get to make amends with people because that's just how bad things went left when they were drinking. And no matter how much you changed and become a better person, that person just doesn't want to hear anything you have to say anymore because you've done enough damage in their life that they want to move on. The other topic was, like I said, don't feel obligated to stick around in somebody's life that's putting you through this. I was very blessed to have the people stick around the way that they did. But I was shortly on the verge of losing a lot of people and their support. And as I was going through that, I would have been okay with that. I wouldn't have been upset because this is a journey that I would have to take by myself anyways, because I would have to put in the work. I would have to do everything that I'm doing now to keep myself sober every day. So I wouldn't even be offended because it wasn't that I was a rude, mean, alcoholic. it was more so that I always ended up in the hospital. Always having to call my family members to say, oh, yeah, I'm in the hospital. And they're worried. I worried them on certain levels. And I'm glad that I'm not doing that any longer. It's been months since I stepped foot in the hospital, and I'm so proud of myself. We take these people for granted that come into our lives and help us out at first. But then we notice as we go on and we get healthier and we let go of the alcohol completely, that they're doing it for our own good. And it's good to have those people in your corner that are supporting you and that do believe in you. And you are going to lose people along the way, because no matter how much you do good now, they're just not going to want to hear it or want to be a part of it. And that's okay. Some people have to leave off of your journey. That's just the way God wants it to be. Whether you want them to stick there, stick it out with you, some people have to go. Some people have to go and help somebody else. You have other people that will be coming into your life that are going to be there for you to talk to when you need people to talk to. You're going to have other people to just support you through this. Just because you lose one person doesn't mean that you're not going to gain other people, because you will. And it's just going to be a breath of fresh air for you. And it's going to help you. So, if you do have people in your circle still, appreciate those people. Appreciate the fact that they are still sticking beside you regardless of the things you've done in the past. You're now trying to make a change in your life and trying to better yourself, which is a good thing. And now they can feel better. And really support you the way that you want them to, and really understand what you're going through. And it wouldn't hurt if you would invite them to an AA meeting so that they could understand an alcoholic's mind just a little bit better. I know it's couples that come into the meeting that I go to. But one thing I will say is they take their sobriety very seriously. They do not sit with each other. They separate themselves. Not all couples that I've been in there with. Not all of them. But it's a couple of couples in there that do separate themselves. And they really take this stuff seriously. Which is a good thing, because it is something you should take seriously. I hope and I pray that I help somebody else out today with my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this video. We never know who we can help out today. And hit the post notification bell so you'll get a notification every time I upload new content. And I hope you guys have a lovely Thursday night. And remember, safe place. Bye.